lovely people, welcome to the video. My name is Athena. I'm a brand new writer working on my first book whilst homeschooling my two girls and being with them 24/7. Now, I'm working on a fantasy romance, a little heavier on the fantasy right now. I am currently writing draft 3. It is a full rewrite. I really need to stop doing rewrites. To be honest with you guys, I feel like it could also be considered a draft 1.3 because like with all the new scenes in it and all the new like draft 1 scenes basically in it, technically. But hey, it is a third draft, it is a full rewrite. It naturally separates into 3 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3. I am currently about to finish part 1. I'm done with act 1. I have broken into 2 officially. It was my goal until Sunday, which was yesterday. Today is Monday, the 17th of February. My goal up to yesterday, literally for yesterday, was that I was gonna finish act 1 and that I would then tackle the 6 scenes that are actually 3 out of, if not 4, are brand new scenes. So the next 6 scenes basically of the last 6 scenes of part 1 would be tackled this week, starting from today until the end of this week. So that is my plan for this week. I want to finish part 1 of the book. I am currently sitting at this position where my draft is sitting at, let me see, how many words are we at? Because, it is 53,000 words. Act 1 is 53,000 words. That feels long. I mean, it's a fantasy, but as a debut fantasy, that's the next couple of drafts, because I know there will be at least another 2, if not more, are definitely going to be cutting down drafts. But we're not going to talk about that now. We're not going to deal with that right now. We're going to deal with getting the story down and getting the story written, right? Right. The next 6 scenes, I have 6 scenes to deal with. The scene I am about to start, which I have set up my scrivener here, I have my draft in front of me, is a scene where I have about 50% of the scene already done and I'm just adding information. So the scene as it is, but I'm going to be adding kind of like a chunk in there of a bit of like, you know, what's happened prior and adding the information from the previous ones. So that's going to be an easy one, I think. The next one is a tiny paragraph is what I'm keeping from how the scene had existed in the previous draft. And then I'm going all draft 1 on it. I have to go full draft 1. My main male character, kind of going over everything that's happened and realizing like where his life is going, like what on earth are we doing here? Like we're in a very new state of existence and we need to figure out which way we're going, hence the break into 2. Where he's just realizing like this is not working. And then I have literally like, other than again a few phrases of like some general dialogue, some general idea, 2 fully new scenes basically. I'm looking at my board behind the camera if you're wondering where on earth is that woman looking. So that's literally 1, 2, and then 3, 4. So technically 3 new scenes, 1 that needs a lot of things, so that's 4. And then 5, 6, they're okay, I think. I think that the other 2 scenes, like the final 2 scenes, should be easy ones. So I think the heavy lifting is going to be after this scene. So this scene should be okay. The heavy lifting will probably be the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th scenes. Those 3 scenes I'm treating them as draft 1 scenes. I'm not gonna, I have my general information of what I want to keep from draft 2. I have my little outlines of what I want to happen in these, and I'm just gonna draft 1 them. I'm just gonna draft 1 them. I'm not gonna expect what like draft 3 level. I'm not even close. And that's kind of what I did with other scenes that I had to create from scratch in this draft, because trying to reach the same level, like draft 3 level in a new scene right off the bat does not work. It stresses me, it drives me mental, and it does not work. So we are draft 1ing them, so I'm hoping that they'll technically fly by fast and I'll just get those ideas down and just let the characters kind of guide it, because they're very character driven, very relationship driven scenes. Because 2 of these are very, very like relationship heavy in like with the main female character and the main male character. A bit of the romance kind of coming into it. Well, actually, they're not romantic scenes, but they will lead to that. They're scenes where they're kind of coming together, like they're clashing in a different way. Up to now, their clashes have been negative, like they've just been not good, with like some strange impacts due to their magic. Now it's gonna be them clashing and kind of like, like what's going on here? Like this is a bit and then it's gonna start moving into different territory, which I'm very excited for, super excited for. With all that being said, hello. You want me to wipe you?
I turned into a baby, guys.
Oh, really? All right.
Did you know that?
Can you throw this in the trash for me?
Okay, I need to do that's what my mom said.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm going to sit down. But, guys, do you know where my baby is?
In the kitchen.
Okay, guys,
Bye.
I'm going to the kitchen. Bye. Why did you not see my eyes, guys?
What was I even saying? Yes, so things are getting fun, things are getting interesting. I feel like the fact that I feel like I'm really getting excited about these scenes, they are fun scenes. And a lot of the previous scenes were as well, like the latest, like the last 5 scenes, I would say. A lot of the others are also fun, but I'm definitely seeing how I can condense and kind of bring them together a bit more and get those 53,000 words of Act 1 down a little bit. But again, that's a draft 4 issue. I'm not dealing with it right now. Right now, we are moving into some fun scenes that are going to get my 2 main characters starting to kind of be like, And the fun thing is that they cannot be together, like, especially right now. That's not a thing. which is what I really like about it, because it's like there's going to be like tension, and there's going to be like something's happening there, and their magic comes to play in with that as well. But they can't be together. But it's like, what are we doing? You know? That's what I love it. Okay. Yes. Today's scene, what I'm working on today, Monday. This is what I'm going to try and tackle. I'm going to try and tackle the first scene, which is my main character is talking with our baddie, who we don't know is a baddie, and he's having a bit of a convo there. Bit of information adding, general shifting around of scene, not too much work, I think. I hope. We'll see. And then, yeah, and then the next scene is like a bit more where I have to kind of draft 1 it. This scene don't need to be draft 1. Let's get into it, shall we? See how much I can get done. It is 1 p.m. The thing is, with snacks and everything, the girls have kind of just, they don't really want lunch right now. So I'm tempted to, I want to get at least half an hour in, like a bit of a half an hour sprint right now, and just see how we go. I want to see how I'm gonna, like if I get stuck anywhere, like if, you know, how fast it will flow with the ready stuff, and then how, and I keep looking down at this if you're wondering what I'm looking at. This is my, the draft, the scene. Because a lot of it is written out for this scene. And then I have a whole bunch of notes, like, you know. Okay, let's do this.
Where are my Lego pieces? I want to play with my Legos. I know. Okay. I really want to make something out of Lego and a minifig.
Okay, yes, probably more. The red boxes, the one that's behind, next to the TV.
Next to the TV.
Do you want a muffin? Muffin or cracker? Alright, go have a cracker and I'm gonna make patatules now in a second. Okay, so it is definitely taking me longer. I had said half an hour, it is now 1:48. A few minor interruptions. I definitely got a good 30 minutes of writing in, if not a bit more, with a few minor interruptions, which is fine. It took, yeah, it needed, there was a bit of a stage where I had to kind of figure out a few little things, and I did change it quite a bit, but I think it's okay. It does have draft 1 vibes to it. It does, because I had to like really kind of work around a few things. But a lot of it isn't, so it should be easier to edit than not. I'm kind of looking down my, yeah. So now we're moving on. I'm gonna go and like sort out lunches and dinners and all that kind of thing. I have to go and do mom and household things. But next thing, I think I should get a bit more writing in today, hopefully. I mean, at this stage, where am I? I'm at 765 words for the day. I'm not so worried about word count at this point. Well, worried as in it's going up, but I'm not focusing on how many words I get in as much as how many scenes I'm tackling per day. So this scene has been tackled. I am gonna try and tackle the scene where it's him kind of contemplating, like going over what he's chatted about with our dear old baddie here. I'm gonna go over, like, he's gonna kind of like just go over everything and do a bit of processing, so to speak. And I think that this one's going to be a complete draft 1 kind of version, so I'm thinking it's a lot of interiority, a lot of, you know, so should be easy-ish. I don't know. Whenever I say something's going to be easy and fine, it turns out to be like a real, you know. So I'm not gonna do that to myself. I am going to try and tackle 1 more scene though. I feel like that's probably pushing myself, but hey. I will try. It is almost 2. I'm going to get going with what I have to get going with, and then hopefully I can get another hour of writing at some stage later today. If I don't see you today, I'll probably see you tomorrow with writing the next scene, which we're gonna tackle. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I've reached a point, I feel, where I'm really in a groove with my writing. Like, I'm really going. I've got a rhythm. I really think that the fact that we've started back with homeschool again, and like we're just falling into routine again, that definitely is helping get my mind into, you know, working properly, I guess, because it took me like more than 2 months to tackle like several scenes, like up to how many scenes, like half of this part, right? And then I have done more work in the past couple of weeks than I have done in the past week, actually, than I have done in the 2 months. So that's saying a lot. Life can happen, and writing is just, you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go do what I'm gonna do, and hopefully we'll be back here doing a bit more writing for today, for Monday, hopefully tackling the second scene from my male main character's point of view, and then the other 2 are probably gonna be from the female main character's point of view. I do want to tackle his 2 scenes right now, and then, you know, like then I can naturally kind of like be like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna tackle her point of view, so, you know, I can get into her head. But yeah, okay. Okay, my hair looks like ever so slightly like a mess, but that's beside the point. It is now 5:30. I am sitting down again to attempt to get some more writing done today. I don't know what we're gonna do, because this scene is, it's pretty much like there's a little bit from the draft, like there's a little part that exists, so I'm probably gonna start with that to kind of get me going, and then it's first drafting. Pretty much first drafting it. And then the next scene is completely, like, pretty much completely first drafting, with only maybe a little bit. And I have a general idea of what information I want the scenes to convey. That's basically what I have for these scenes. I have a clear idea of what I want the scene to be. I have a clear idea of the information I want the scene to convey, and then I need to write the scene. So, with that being said, it's, yeah. Okay, so this is, yeah, and then I have this scene. I'm looking through the pages. And then I have a whole completely brand new scenes out of nothing. Out of thin air. Oh my lord. You know, it's really funny when you reach a point in your writing where you're drafting, you're revising, adding scenes, yes, but it's like you're adding information and stuff, but you're writing from a base. You have a good sturdy draft to work from. And then you kind of forget what it's like to get back into like drafting like from nothing. From just zero. You just sit down and you start creating a story. It's like, okay. Anyway, I got this. I will we're gonna try and do some writing and just see where the day ends, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I look like a mess. We are going to ignore that. It is Tuesday officially. Who expected me to do any more writing yesterday? Not me. Well, you know, delusional. That's fine. I finished the scene yesterday. I was happy with that. I did not get any more writing done because why didn't I get writing done though? This is the important part. I was stuck. I said to myself before I started, this is going to be one of those scenes where I have a little bit of information set out. I know what I want in the scene, but it's still going to be a first draft style writing because there's just too many new things going into it. It's basically a new scene, you know, with just old information that needs to go into it, right? I got stuck. I wrote the first phrase, the first line, the first sentence, and then I got stuck on the timeline. What do I mean? This scene skips forward by, I would say, a couple weeks, maybe a bit more, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Because I haven't kind of, like, that's one thing that I really need to sit down and kind of like create a timeline, like a full-fledged timeline of how many days pass, how many weeks pass, how long, you know, when this whole thing happened. Because it is a completely made up timeline. So it's not like I have to really adhere to specific dates. I just need to set that up so I know what timeframes I'm using in the story. We're skipping ahead a bit and I don't have that nailed down. Like I don't have the exact, like, is it 2 weeks? Is it 3 weeks? Is that too long? Is that too little? That's, you know, that's future me problem, okay? Problem with it was, however, that I sat there staring at the screen like, how long has it been? Like, what should I write? Like, what? It just, yeah. So it was insane. I just got completely stuck and I could not move forward until finally, I think it was right after I put the girls to bed, I sat down for literally 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I didn't actually do any writing. I just sat down and I wrote, it had been a fortnight since the incident. That is it. That is all I wrote. I just decided I'm gonna write fortnight. That was it. Okay? And I will change the, like, it is the easiest thing to change. The way the timeline is, it doesn't really, like, it's not a huge impact on the story. So I can fix that later in like line editing, like in just like go through the whole book, figure out the timeline, and then just pop in the words where they have to go to show the time and time frame. I was stuck for no reason. I could have definitely, but there was also like so many other things happening. Like, see, my phone's ringing because that's what happens to me. Anyway, I'm out of this and then I'm gonna get some writing done. Okay, phone call is done, and what I'm actually gonna do now, which I have been contemplating, is making myself, I can't do anything like a normal human being. I cannot. Okay, I'm going to make a little list of scenes that I'm just gonna name them scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. I cannot be bothered. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are the scenes we enjoyed, okay? Now 1 is done. So that is amazing. Just where's my page? There we go. Amazing. How amazing is that? I am usually very much nicer than this, but I need something right now. So, scene 2. We are tackling. That is what we are doing. Okay. Let's do this. I am cold. Anyway, it has been just over an hour. I am 200 words into this scene. I've written 200 words actually. It's a slow one today. It's a slow one today. I did make my list cuter though, because procrastination is a thing. I have a cuter, yeah, that I can tick off. I had to make like some quick little lunches for the girls. I'm having a later lunch with hubby, so I still have a good half an hour, if not more, that I can sit and focus on this right now. I don't know how I'm gonna get done this day. I really want to get this scene written today, and it is frustrating me. Let's try to do this, shall we? Okay, my battery went dead while I was writing, but that is okay. I finished the scene. It's a small scene. It's a small scene anyway. Like I was, see, I think this is the frustrating part. I was stuck on a scene that was small. It was just my main character, my main male character, pondering a few things and making his way to the next location. Like, the information is all there. His thoughts are all there. It is all good. I've written 498 words right now. Like, just for 2 words, it's not 500. That's fine. That's fine. That's good, my chiquita. So now I get to mark another scene off. Look at that. Do we say the 2 dicks? Okay. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that. I now need to tackle the next scene. It's gonna be a longer one, and it's brand spanking new. It's just a bit of like the initial part is information that I already know, and then the rest is like a whole new scene, and there's a lot to like. It's a fun scene though, because there's gonna be like the thing between the 2 main characters. So now I'm moving into my female main character's POV, which is, you know. Anyway, I love the fact that it took me 20 minutes to just tackle this, and less when I just really... Writing is so fun. Writing is... Anyway, so now, as I said, the initial part that should get me started and get me going is her thinking a few things that I've already done in the previous one. So that's like, I'm looking at my draft down here, if you can see that, where she's kind of contemplating a few things, like how time works differently in this place. It is, because it is like a secondary world. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do full-on Portal fantasy or if I'm going to do like one world where just one part has kind of forgotten about the magic in a way. I am inclined towards that, but for now we're just being a little bit vague. It's little things that can change that don't really bother me.
New game.
A new game. Amazing.
Gummy bear.
Gummy bear. Good gracious me. Okay. We're gonna get writing. What am I writing? Where do I even start? So these thoughts lead into the scene. Like, now I'm adding 2 new scenes, but I'm adding the information that we start the 5th. What is it, the 4th? Oh, my brain. The 5th scene. I've changed it. I've flipped it around completely. What have I done? Okay, I need to look at my outline. I need to look at my little outline. I've switched the scenes around, and my brain is still kind of stuck on how they were. I'm looking at my outline, that's why I'm kind of looking away, but... So, let me just quickly... Okay, so I've made that blue, meaning it's from his POV. I'm gonna have to read the card that I've made, because here it hasn't really changed. But the scene was generally both of them. It didn't make a difference whose side it was on. Okay. I'm just gonna get writing in the 2 new scenes, and then I'm gonna, so I need to mark what information I want from this scene that I want to go into this scene with, and then, yeah. Okay. Did I mention writing is fun? Yeah. Anyway, let's do this. Okay, it is 6:30 and on and off I think I've done about, I don't know, maybe another hour of writing. It has been a struggle. I did finish the scene though. I did finish the scene. It is quite, I just turned off my music so I have my music up here. It is quite the long scene. Like the scene itself that I actually wrote is 18,000 words. I have written a total of 2,400 words today. I've definitely done my writing today. I've given it my all today. It's just one of those days. And then tomorrow I might end up writing nothing, but you know. I have actually didn't mark my scene. Hold on. So I have finished scene 3 as well today. Look at that. That's what happens when I make a list. I feel the need to work until I tick everything off. That's just what happens to my brain. It's a thing. It's a full-on hack. So I have officially started on scene 4 right now, out of the 6 scenes that I need to finish this part of the book. Again, brand new scene. This is brand spanking new. Like, there is nothing pre-planned in this other than the idea for the scene and why it came about. I have to say, in the previous scene, I actually had a bit of a breakthrough moment where I figured out the information that they would have found within this scene, of course. Like, it was naturally forming information that solved like a general pacing issue, a general like issue for the whole book. Like, it was one of those moments where my characters just kind of did their own thing and solved their own problems. And I loved it. I loved it. Anyway, my writing is going really, really well. I'm just generally very happy. Like, I mean, the fact that I'm at 2,400 words for today, I could stop right now and just be happy. I am on a bit of a roll. I'm exhausted. Not burnt out, but I'm just kind of starting to, I can feel myself starting to like taper down. So I think I'm gonna keep going until 7. Then I'm gonna get the girls something to eat and just get like the evening routines going and whatnot and call it a day. But I think I'm gonna try and get in another 20 minutes just to see how much I do. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Good gosh, I look like a mess in this vlog. But anyway, so it is Wednesday the 19th of February. Homeschool has been done for the day. It is 11:40. I am sitting down at my desk. I have the next scene I have to write. I took it down from there because I need to kind of figure out what I've written on here, what I want to do with this scene, why I've put it as my male main character's point of view. I have a pink one so that I can mark down, create it like an index card basically for the scene I wrote yesterday, which I finished yesterday. I did not end the day filming, but yesterday's word count hit 3,980 words. My mind has been blown. It was a complete, like, it was the first draft madness. Completely new scene that was really like about the relationship between the two main characters, and it was just so good and just flowing out of me that, yeah, that's what I mean when I say first draft writing is so different to third draft writing, to rewriting and editing and developmental edits and all that kind of thing is so different. Because there's work that needs to be done to it, but the scene came out, everything that I want is in there, I just need to edit it in the next draft. I am not gonna do that right now. But my little list, this thing works wonders, okay? The moment I have a list I need to tick off, something happens to my brain and I'm like, I need to get this done. So yeah, I'm gonna be adapting this to the next parts, that's for sure. So I have 4 scenes sorted. Let me show you that up close. 4 scenes sorted. I now have 2 scenes, one of which is in the male main character POV. I'm not sure why I did that. Initially it was not. So yeah, I don't know why I decided to do that, because that would make it a very new scene because I would have to rewrite the scene from his POV. Whilst I'm not sure why I did that in my initial planning, and I have not left myself with any notes other than it's a training scene and there's progression between the two of them. That's about it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out the scene I wrote yesterday on a little thing so I can pop it up there so it's kind of, you know, because my brain needs everything to be as it should. And then I'm going to have a look at my outline. Where's my outline? I have a Milanote outline. Milanote, I absolutely love it. I found it very early on in my writing of this book and it's just spectacular. I cannot live without it. That is what it is. So here I have it as, see, I have it in pink on my Milanote outline. Very vague, and like in here it's from her POV. It's just a lot of, so it's not necessarily one way or the other. Did I want to switch it so that I wouldn't have her thoughts, I would have his thoughts maybe. I'm gonna need to think about this, I think. I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to read the scene as it's written right now in the draft, in draft 2, and then I'm going to just kind of think about it from his perspective and see if that makes more sense, if like things that I need to change in this one would make more sense from his POV. That's what we're going to do. So that is the plan for today. I want to get my insanely competitive brain that now has 2 ticks to put here, wants to do both of these in one day. If it's a complete rewrite of POV, I mean, I first draft it, maybe. If not, I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself and be like, oh wow, I practically did 4,000 words yesterday. I should do it again today. It's not about the words. It's not about the word count. It's about, which naturally the 4,000 yesterday has made my like, where's my file at? Let me see where my manuscript's at before I let you guys go for now. 58,000. 58,000 we've just broken into 2. Okay. Well, technically we've broken into 2 with the male main character. My female main character has broken into 2 a while ago, so that's the thing with Save the Cat. Anyway, I digress. I have done plenty of writing. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna get this done, okay? This vlog won't end until I'm done with these scenes, and I'm literally ready to start a new vlog with me setting up my board for part 2, okay? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I figured out the mystery of why I have made this his POV, because the main scene is in his POV. What I had in her POV is a lot of interiority. Like, it's just like a page of her thoughts, basically, and her kind of processing some things. Some of it is information I can actually put from his point of view, like with a little bit of thought, I can actually switch the POV, because it's kind of talking about the magic system and how their magic works, which he would be privy to as well, like that information, and he could be watching her doing certain things and commenting on what they know, what they've realized, and what he's noticed that she does, and that would also give it a bit of a, that he notices little things about her. And then this part I'm changing because I kind of shifted it anyway. Or I could put it somewhere else. Unless I just did like a small chapter of her thinking. That's possible. I'm gonna answer this phone call. And then I think...
Hey, Mama, I was not a fun, Mom, I was no thunderstorm, but if I tap the bed,
Oh, interesting.
but, it's floating.
Okay, it is Thursday morning now, the 20th of February, for anyone wondering. This vlog is just, yeah. I ended the day yesterday with about just over 1,000 words, which was, I'm right in the middle of a training scene. So we have main characters, main female, main male character, and they're about to do some training together, a bit of combat, a bit of, you know, like all that fun stuff. And they're just yeah, they're coming out of the previous scene, which was a lot more like clarifying their relationship. There was a shift in the relationship. So this is fun. I did manage, so I think my last note was, the last thing we said when I started writing this was I needed to move some things around. I did move them around. I added some information that was in my main female protagonist's point of view. In my FMC's point of view, I switched it over, and some of it I added to the previous scene, and some I added to the main male characters POV. I need to start using their names, okay? Okay. I don't know why I'm not doing it. It feels very weird. I don't know. Anyway, I will get over it. It's one of those hurdles, I guess. So, my girl has some extra things added to her. My boy right now is the one talking, and they're doing, you know, in the training grounds, and like all this thing is happening. So I need to finish. That is where I'm at. I'm at scene number 5 out of the 6 I wanted to finish part 1 of the book. In this rewrite. I'm halfway through, and from this point forward, I actually have the scene set out. I just need to kind of make sure I add that, you know, little relationship shift in there. Make sure it's kind of continuing that way, because a relationship, the previous scene that I set up, like it's a draft 1 scene, was the shift I needed to kind of amp the romance aspect and kind of move into that aspect. So today's goal, this is what I'm trying. I have a live, like one of those sprints from Brielle Writes, I think, that is actually going on now. I never make it to these lives. I never manage to do anything actually during the lives because there's always someone interrupting me and whatnot. I'm gonna try today. I'm gonna try. The girls are playing with their sand. We'll see. We'll see. Magic sand, by the way, not normal sand. Because I think the next scene is going to be an easy one because there's not much to change in it. Generally, from this point forward, there's not much to change in both, like the rest of the scene and the next scene. So today is Thursday. My goal had been to finish with these by the end of Sunday. So by the end of the week, by Sunday. I can't speak. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to get started, and yeah, I'm at a very, very fun, pivotal part where the relationship is shifting and the book is moving into like a lot of, you know, and I'm realizing that these parts are like really exciting and fun, and that I need to do something about the initial, the next revision is gonna be fun. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop rambling because I'm rambling and I'm in like this creative insanity phase and we're gonna get writing. I'll try to, because I'm pretty sure my husband's gonna have a break soon and he's gonna call me and I'm not gonna be able to write. But hey, let's see how much we get done. Yes! Coming! Oh goodness. Okay, so it is Friday the 21st of February. Technically it's officially day 5 of me trying to tackle these 6 scenes and finish part 1 of this draft. So I'm down to the last scene. Look at that little checklist. I love this little checklist. It has made the world of difference. I can't even. Anyway, last scene. It's a shortish one. I have most of the information already done in the previous scene, just a few tweaks and nothing really crazy. So if no one disturbs me for the next half hour, maybe hour tops, I should be done. And then I get to pull down all of these. Oh my god, that's gonna be the next vlog. This vlog ends once I'm done with the scene because it's gonna be way too long. I don't even know how I'm gonna edit it. But okay, let's get to do some writing, okay? Okay. Also, Summer has remembered to come back to Melbourne. I'm in a, yeah, because anyway. Okay, Melbourne weather is just insane. Just putting it out there. I am gonna get my music going, I'm gonna get my scene set up, and this is what we're doing. I did it. I did it. I did it. Did I mention I did it? I did it. Okay. Okay. It is 12:45 on Friday, 21st of February. It's like a momentous moment right now, okay? Let me explain why it's so momentous. I finished part 1 of my book. This is the 3rd draft. It is a complete rewrite. I started working on it on the 2nd of December. I set up the board with the naturally occurring part 1. The book naturally cuts into 3 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3. And I set up part 1 on my board. Let me show you my board. You'll see it again in the next video when I'm setting up the new one, but let me show you. That's the board. Okay, okay. Let me pop you down there. Let me pop you down there. There we go. Okay, this is a mess. But anyway, you know, creative chaos. I set this up, and it has been up there for over 2.5 months now. I was supposed to be done with the entire book within this time, not part 1. But I have done more work in the past couple of weeks than I have done in the past 2.5 months. So, I am proud of myself. I am taking this win. I am not gonna diminish the win. I have finished the first part. I have done so much work this week. I just, yes. So I have to say, okay, I need to put my tick. I haven't put my tick. I need to put my tick because this little list, I feel did something to my brain. Okay. This little list with the scenes is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not even like a crazy fancy list or anything. I don't know. It just hacked my brain somehow. I needed to get those ticks. So I was just, yeah, okay. Now, I'm excited. I'm going to end this vlog because it's probably going to be huge. I have no idea how, yeah. And I will see you guys in the next one when we're setting up the board and everything and moving into part 2. And the characters are coming close, but they're also just been like slightly ripped apart right now because that's just how it goes. Like you can't have them being happy all the time. Like you give them a bit of happiness and then you rip it away. It's kind of the way of, you know. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the next one. Yes, I did it. I finished part 1. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.